Ever feel like music can, like, pierce straight through you?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's channeling something bigger than itself?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's George Clinton and Funkadelic's Maggot Brain for you. A
Absolutely.
true explosion of raw emotion and musical innovation.
Yeah.
We're diving deep into this iconic album,
Okay.
but also into the mind of the man who made it all happen. A true visionary, really,
Definitely.
who didn't just ride the funk wave. He practically, like, conjured it into existence.
And you're right to call Clinton a visionary.
Yeah.
I mean, what's so fascinating about him is that he could blend genres seamlessly,
Right.
pulling from R&B, rock, psychedelia, even gospel,
Wow.
and somehow forging something entirely new
Right.
and groundbreaking.
It's wild to think that his journey started with doo-wop.
Yeah.
The Parliaments back in the 50s,
Right.
going for that smooth, synchronized sound.
A la Frankie Lyman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who knew that underneath that clean-cut exterior was a musical maverick about to be unleashed?
Right.
Right.
I mean, those early influences are crucial, though.
Yeah.
Even though Motown initially rejected them,
Really?
you can hear that Motown DNA in their music.
Oh, interesting.
The tight harmonies, the infectious grooves.
Yeah.
But Clinton, he wasn't content staying in one lane.
Right.
He kept pushing, kept experimenting,
I see.
both as a songwriter and producer in the Detroit scene.
And thank goodness for that.
Right.
Imagine if he hadn't broken free.
Yeah.
We might not have ever experienced the sheer sonic force that is Funkadelic.
Exactly.
But before we get there,
Sure.
tell me more about that turning point, that shift from doo-wop to, like, funk pioneer.
Yeah.
Was it a sudden leap or more of a slow burn?
Well, you could say that Clinton had this musical duality from the start.
Okay.
He found success with Parliament, no doubt, but their sound was still closer to traditional R&B.
Okay.
Funkadelic became his outlet for unbridled experimentation,
I see.
a way to inject the raw energy of psychedelic rock into the very core of funk.
The name itself, Funkadelic.
Right.
It's like a mission statement.
Yeah.
It's a bold declaration of their intent to blow minds and break musical boundaries.
Absolutely.
And they did just that,
Yeah.
especially with Maggot Brain,
Yeah.
which dropped right in the middle of a cultural earthquake.
It did.
1971 Vietnam War protests, the reverberations of the civil rights movement.
Right.
The air was thick with unrest.
Absolutely. And you can practically hear that societal tension
Oh, wow.
bleeding through the grooves of the album.
Right.
Take the cover art, for instance.
Yeah.
That haunting image of a woman's head buried in the ground, screaming in anguish.
Wow.
It's unsettling,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
but also incredibly powerful.
Right.
A stark reflection of the anxieties of that era.
And let's not forget the mystery surrounding the process church of the final judgment,
Oh, right.
mentioned in the liner notes,
Yeah,
adding another layer of intrigue to an already enigmatic album.
for sure.
This collision of darkness and light, fear and transcendence,
Mhm.
it's woven into the very fabric of Maggot Brain.
Yeah, it is.
But before we get swept away by sheer sonic brilliance of that title track.
Oh, trust me, we're getting there.
Okay.
But I think what's important to understand is that Maggot Brain isn't just a random collection of songs.
Right.
It's a cohesive experience, a journey through a landscape of raw emotion.
You can really feel that journey unfold,
Right.
track by track.
Yeah,
But let's be honest.
sure.
The title track,
Yeah.
Maggot Brain, that's the centerpiece.
Absolutely.
10 minutes of pure guitar mastery from the legendary Eddie Hazel.
It's incredible.
Okay, so the story goes,
Yeah.
Clinton tells Hazel to play like his mother just died.
Wow.
Talk about setting the emotional stakes.
Really?
What's your take on that legendary recording session?
It's one of those moments in music history where everything just clicked.
Right?
You know, you have Hazel's raw talent,
Yeah.
Clinton's unconventional direction, the stripped-down production.
Yeah.
It all comes together to create something truly transcendent.
It does.
You know, people often compare Hazel to Hendrix, but on Maggot Brain,
Right.
he surpasses even his hero.
Wow.
This isn't just technical skill, it's channeling pure emotion through six strings.
It's almost like you can hear Hazel's fingers bleeding as he wrings every ounce of pain and beauty from that guitar.
Yeah.
But Clinton's production choices,
Yeah.
that's what elevates this track from a great solo to an otherworldly experience.
Exactly.
All right.
Most producers would have built a whole sonic landscape around a solo like that.
Yeah.
But Clinton strips everything away,
Wow.
leaving Hazel exposed, vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's a bold move that magnifies the emotional impact tenfold. It's like you're right there in the room with him, bearing witness to this raw outpouring of grief,
Yeah.
and ultimately a glimmer of hope.
And that's just the beginning of the journey. Maggot Brain takes you on.
Right.
You've got, can you get to that? This hauntingly beautiful exploration of lost love.
Yeah.
Bringing in Isaac Hayes' backing group, Hot Blooded Soul,
Right.
was a stroke of genius.
Absolutely.
Their voices add this achingly soulful layer to Hazel's already mournful guitar lines.
It's really something.
Yeah.
And then there's the lyrical depth.
Right.
It's not just a simple breakup song.
Right.
It's about yearning, about the struggle to recapture something that's gone, and that feeling of being lost in the labyrinth of your own emotion.
That lyrical complexity runs through the whole album, especially on You and Your Folks, Me and My Folks.
Absolutely.
Talk about a powerful statement on racial unity and empowerment in the face of poverty.
Yeah.
This is where Clinton's social commentary takes center stage, but he does it with such funk and finesse.
It's that seamless blend of social commentary and musical innovation that makes Funkadelic so unique.
Right.
They weren't afraid to get political.
Yeah.
But they never sacrificed their groove.
Right.
They understood that music could be both a weapon for change and a celebration of life.
And they weren't afraid to rock out either.
No.
Super Stupid is a prime example.
Yeah.
That track hits like a proto-metal freight train with Hazel's guitar once again leading the charge.
It's true.
It's a raw and unflinching look at the perils of drug addiction.
Right.
But man, does it groove.
And that's the brilliance of Funkadelic, isn't it?
Yes.
They could go from soulful laments to hard-driving funk to psychedelic freakouts, all within the span of a single album.
Yeah.
But Maggot Brain saves one final surprise for the end.
Oh, you know, Wars of Armageddon is not your typical album closer.
No, not at all.
It's like they took all the chaos and uncertainty of the world outside and crammed it into 5 minutes of pure sonic mayhem.
It's true.
Right.
It's the perfect way to end Maggot Brain, though.
Yeah.
It leaves you breathless,
Right.
disoriented,
Yeah.
maybe even a little scared,
Yeah.
but also exhilarated.
Right.
You know, it's a reminder that sometimes the only way out is through.
Wow.
You have to confront the darkness to find the light.
And that's what Funkadelic was all about, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Confronting expectations.
Right.
Pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Using music as a tool for liberation,
Mm,
both personal and societal.
precisely. And their impact on music is undeniable.
Right.
We talked about Prince's Childish Gambino,
Right.
but it goes even deeper than that.
Oh, wow.
From hip-hop to punk to experimental rock, Funkadelic's DNA is embedded in so much of what we hear today.
Wow.
They were pioneers, really.
Yeah.
Creating a sonic language that continues to be spoken and reinvented by artists across genres.
What always gets me is how they managed to be so incredibly funky,
Right.
while also being incredibly thoughtful.
Yes.
It's like they were challenging their audiences to get up and dance,
Yeah.
while simultaneously urging them to question everything.
And that's the beauty of their music.
Right.
It works on multiple levels.
It does.
You can get lost in the groove,
Right.
or you can delve into the lyrical complexity, the
Yeah.
social commentary, the sheer sonic experimentation.
Yeah.
It's an endless well of inspiration.
It's true.
Yeah.
Every time I listen to Maggot Brain,
Right.
I discover something new.
Yeah.
Some hidden layer or subtle nuance that I missed before.
And that, I think, is the mark of a true masterpiece.
It is.
It doesn't just stand the test of time. It transcends it.
It does.
Yeah.
So for you listening,
Yeah.
the one taking this deep dive with us today, here's the takeaway.
Okay.
Maggot Brain isn't just an album.
Right.
It's a call to action.
I like that.
It's a reminder that music can be a force for change.
Yes.
A source of solace and a wild, exhilarating ride all at once.
It is. It really is.
So crank it up.
Yeah.
Let loose.
At least.
And don't be afraid to get a little weird.
No, absolutely not.
You never know what sonic landscapes you might discover.
You really don't.
And hey, if you're feeling extra adventurous,
Yeah.
put on your headphones,
Mm-hmm.
close your eyes,
Close your eyes.
and really listen to Eddie Hazel's solo on Maggot Brain.
Oh, yeah.
Let it wash over you.
Yeah.
Let it break your heart, and then put it back together again.
Because that, my friend, is the sound of true freedom.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and as the great George Clinton would say, Keep it funky.